This is momentum selling. Earn trust early, remove friction, and show up in a way buyers remember. Let's get to work.
Picture this. The meeting is done. The contract signed. Maybe over a coffee, in their kitchen, or on a Zoom meeting. That's the moment everyone talks about. Closing the deal. But here's the twist. What actually sticks with people isn't that official handshake. It's what happens right after. Do you vanish like a magician? Do you send a standard thank you email and call it a day? Or do you do something they'll talk about at dinner, or years from now when your name comes up? See, momentum in sales isn't just getting the yes. It's making sure people remember how you made them feel long after you leave. That's what makes you remarkable. Most of us do one of two things. We go flat after the close, or we overthink it and come off awkward. But the habit we're going to talk about today? It's making those post-close moments emotional and human, not mechanical. And when you do that, referrals, loyalty, higher close rate, they just happen. Because people repeat what feels good. I've asked Imani and Jake to tell us how salespeople can make it memorable in the real world.
I've got a friend, Jess, who bought a car last year. The salesperson called her a week after, not to sell or upsell, but just to ask, "Are you still loving it? Any questions or anything weird with the Bluetooth?" She did have questions, and the salesperson helped her. She still talks about that call. It made her feel like he cared about her happiness, not just making a sale. But it's not about the call, it's about feeling remembered. That's emotional impact. And for anyone listening, it doesn't have to be grand or expensive. Send a handwritten thank you. Bring 2 extra umbrellas to an outdoor meeting when the forecast looks rainy. Jake, you always have great real-world plays like this.
Yeah, totally. For me, and I mean, maybe it's old school grit or maybe it's just mixed up hospitality, I like to leave something with the client. I've put fresh flowers on a new patio so a couple could see a finished project when they got home, added a card with note from the crew, or I lent a family space heaters for 2 days until we were able to get their heating system fixed. Sometimes it's just remembering their preferences. It's never huge. But folks tell their friends about the little things. That's how you go from just finishing the job to being the story they share at brunch. Effort, ease, and emotion, right? We've talked about noticing moments before. You just have to genuinely care and show it. That's how you leave a mark.
Let's roll into some science and sport. There's this thing called the peak end rule, Nobel-winning stuff from Daniel Kahneman. People mostly remember 2 things, the peak moment and how things ended. If the ending fizzles out, so does your shot at referrals. That's where being a remarkable closer really sets you apart. Pros don't disappear after the handshake. They treat follow-up like it's overtime and the scoreboard is tied up. So, how do you give your closing play that extra, unforgettable energy? Let's grab some routines from sports and tweak them for sales.
Here's my go-to. Act like the closer in a championship game. The last minute isn't about showboating, it's focus, energy, and clarity. When I wrap up with a client, I recap what we did, remind them what comes next, and then I celebrate with them. Not over the top, just something that marks the win. It can be as simple as a heartfelt note that says, "You made a great decision, here's why." It's that small emotional reinforcement that eliminates buyer's remorse, and it cements the relationship. I mean, Daniel Kahneman called it out, but every true professional knows you finish strong and you make it count.
All right, let's play it out. I'll be the sales lead. Imani, you're the client. Let's say I'm meeting you a day after a new backyard upgrade project. So, hey Imani, project's wrapped and you've got the best spot in the neighborhood for summer cookouts. Before I head out, I wanted to leave you this little flower arrangement for your first barbecue this weekend. I also left a quick cheat sheet on maintenance, so you don't have to remember everything we just went over. And seriously, if you have any questions about anything, or if anything feels off, or you just want to talk plans for the next phase, contact me anytime.
Jake, this is amazing. Our kitchen contractor was gone before the dust settled. This experience has been just next level. We really appreciate all you've done for us. People have been asking us about this project and how it's going, and I tell them Jake and the team are awesome. Your team made it so easy. This was the best experience we have ever had with a contractor. We're looking forward to phase 2. So, is there anything we can do for you?
Then I would say, well, a Google review would mean the world to me and the team. I'll send you the link, and I get most of my business from referrals, so if you ever have an opportunity to recommend me, I would appreciate it. I have no problem asking for the review and referral like that, as long as I put in the effort, made it easy, and connected on an emotional level. And the trick is, it's just a percent or two beyond what's normal. Not overboard. It's on purpose, but it's never forced. You do it enough, and soon the story's not about the product or service. It's about the follow-up. Folks remember who made it feel special.
And that's the method. Turn your close into a story worth retelling. That's what fuels momentum. So if you've been wondering, why don't I get more referrals? Look at that end moment. That's the spot to invest emotional effort. So how do you start applying this right now? Pick one thing you can do after every close. Could be a 24-hour gratitude call, no selling, just checking in. Or share a link to the most helpful resource you know, even when nobody asks. It's got to be easy to do, affordable, no budget approval needed, and just a little surprising. Then track it. Simple tally in your Notes app. Who mentioned your follow-up? Who left a review? Who sent a friend your way? First sign it's working? More online reviews, more referrals. That's momentum in action. End strong, celebrate small wins, and watch referrals pile up. Here's Jake with some real-world experience.
I'll tell you, when I started checking back 2 weeks and 6 months after each project, not even about business, just, hey, you still loving it? Any questions? Need anything? Everything changed. Suddenly I was working with friends of friends. It felt like the deals kept finding me instead of me working the cold calls. You'll know you've got real momentum when your phone's blowing up with happy client texts, 5-star reviews, friends of clients calling you who already trust you. That's better than any billboard. And these are high close rate opportunities because you come well recommended.
So here's the challenge for everyone listening. Don't let this just be another good idea. Be the remarkable closer. Start tomorrow. Do that small, unexpected thing at the end of every deal and write down what happens. Share your best moves and tiny wins in our community, because your story just might be what someone else needs to hear. If you make the action a habit, it'll stick. If you share it, momentum grows for everyone. Till next time, bring a little more human into the finish, and you'll be proud of what follows.
You've been listening to Momentum Selling. Turn today's idea into one repeatable habit. Stay consistent, stay human, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Okay, that's a wrap for this episode and this book. Keep it real, folks, and don't just close. Give them something to talk about.
So good and so simple. You just have to do it. Effort, ease, emotion. That's momentum selling. See you all in the next book.